Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back with another live stream of Hearthstone. So yesterday, with the expansion of Goblins vs. Gnomes, and then the Game Awards, became quite a long extra stream. Oddly though, I didn't really get around to doing deck rebuilds, and I'm not sure I'm really willing to do deck rebuilds this time. I think that's just something I'm gonna drop. Because, say, if I got rid of this card deck, and just to pick Warlock out of pick, if I was to come over here and try to do anything super special with any of these cards that I got, I'm only gonna add maybe 2, maybe 3 of those cards. And that doesn't really change my decks too much, really. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing deck rebuilds in the new expansion. Not like that. I think, if anything, we'll probably have to think it through. I said I was going to sleep over it, and really at this point I guess I haven't slept too well because, while some of these cards are good, I don't think there's a strategy that... This expansion in particular didn't add new strategies other than these upgradable cards, which I would like to try, so maybe I could find a Warlock deck I could put in a card. But right now I need to do Rogue and Warrior, so let's change those two. So, yeah, the Rogue, we have a combo Rogue here. So, let's look at this combo 3 attack spells cards and see what we want to put in here. Battle Cry wouldn't be a combo. Secret, not anything that would add to the combo idea. Add a friendly minion. Like, you have 1 combo card, draw 2 minions from your deck. So as we look here, what I want to get rid of to add 1 combo card? Head crack? Maybe no. Let's get rid of that one and put in that one, and then let's find 2 to destroy. And let's see. What can we get rid of? If this really is about playing combo cards for a daily quest, I guess we get rid of that one. And I'd hate to get rid of Prince Malchazar, so I guess we get rid of that one. And then there was a crazy strategy, certainly for this deck, that I was thinking about doing with Fugan and Stalag. And then Secret, Cheap Death, probably not. When a minion attacks your heroes, instead it attacks one of its neighbors. After a friendly minion dies, add a 1/1 copy of it to your hand. There's probably a good reason to have something like this in a Murloc deck, but that's kind of it. And that would be the Rogue deck we'll play with, and let's think about a Warrior deck to see if maybe we'll make a slight changes. But definitely doesn't feel like it deserves a change, special video for this. We've got a ton of news today too, so we could put in one more weapon. This deck is all built around weapons, so we should find a couple to get rid of, like that, and put in more weapons. We'll take that too. And then a lot of these are just built around armor. And while there was an armor strategy to play a long time ago, I don't feel like there's really one now. Let's see. So, yeah, that's kind of all I would want to change with that deck. And then this enrage armor idea. Like, maybe on the enrage armor I could do a lot of changes. But to go down that route would require there to be a daily quest for armor. And there is no daily quest to gain armor because you can really only gain armor as a warrior. So you can only attack if you have 5 or more armor. Like, why would I want to play that game? These bonus effects might be an interesting card to play, so we'll get rid of one of these and this and put in these two just to see what it is. A lot of these cards still are very much at the point of I'm just need to experiment. Now, the other issue with the Goblins vs. Gnomes and what we've got to do is the Kobolds and Catacombs, and we defeat 10 more bosses on that. So that's what we're going to start with today. We're down to a pathetic 100 gold, so we're starting all over again. That being said, I feel are in a much better position as far as cards. So we'll start with Rogue. The game wants you to beat the Kobolds vs. Catacombs, the 8 randomly generated bosses, with each of the 9 hero types, and maybe you'll get a reward card for that or something. I haven't even seen an indication that that's the truth. So, and because I'm playing Kobolds vs. Catacombs, I'm not even playing the cards I just changed, by the way. I'm playing a special deck that they pre-programmed. So, and also, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna count towards those daily quests. So you start off, if you haven't seen the solo adventure, it's pretty cool. I'm actually kind of in love with it. You start off by your opponent has 10, you have 15, and you barely, I think, have 10 cards to start off with. So you're not playing a full game. It makes a very nice accelerated experience to begin with. And now at the end, it does get a little bit more expensive to do things because
justice is mine.
Because you'll be fighting somebody with 70 and you might only have 60 or 50 health to begin with. can I afford to do all of this? No, I don't. Can't. So I need to do this.
This guy's toast.
That brings these two down to 5 damage. His ability is to do 2 damage. Therefore, I have to kill this.
Justice is
Actually, I could have
mine.
just won and get the bait. With the short amount of health, you start to realize the strategies are kind of different now. Too. You can definitely just race for the face. This. Again, I screwed up. I could have just summoned the weapon and attacked the face. I'm stretching this out longer than it should be as I'm going through the news. A lot of news because I've been saving it up pretty much since Wednesday. And I just managed to lose because I dropped the ball twice. And what's amazing,
Better to be dying young than to never be dying at all.
this was such a short game, and every move was so obviously important that it wasn't confusing to me at all why I lost. I clearly lost because I wasn't paying attention, doing the right thing. Twice I made the wrong move, and those 2 losses deserve it. I imagine you could go on the hunt to hear the defeat audio for each of these bosses, and there's 2, I believe, bosses that you get as your first tier boss, and then I think it maybe 2, maybe 3 on all the future tier bosses. So start again. The rat has a slightly different hero ability. Instead of doing 2 damage, he summons, I believe, 2 1/1 rats.
None can escape my fury.
I can see this starting rogue deck starts a little difficultly. Like, this is not what you would want, is a vanish. Okay. Getting to a 6th turn early on is not going to be helpful. So our first news story, as it just coincidentally has been, is a PC gamer story titled, clickbait titled, I imagine, how anime porn is giving some games a second shot at success. The not safe for work story of Nutaku, N-U-T-A-K-U, a digital distribution platform made for sex games. I think I've reported on that site before, but this probably is also just an advertisement for that website, Nutaku. Inherently, the thought was there definitely was one that was going to be the Steam for sex games, and I guess it never really
Justice is mine.
caught people's attention, kind of unsurprisingly. Like, the reason why Amazon.com is so successful is that they sell everything, including porn, and so it's impossible to really make somebody feel ashamed from buying something from here. I'll get the victory this time.
This guy's toast.
If you buy something from something that's called like the Love Shack, let's say there's a website like that. I don't know if there is or not. Actually, why use a fake name? There's a website called the Stockroom that sells moderately expensive sex toys, and if somebody orders from that and somebody looks that up online, you know what they they've bought. But if you buy something from Amazon.com that's born, who knows? Alright, so now you get these treasures. And the one treasure I found on Kobolds and Catacombs that seems to be way better than any others is the one that doubles your health. Otherwise, at the end, you are going to run into problems. Battle cries trigger twice. You only have one card with battle cries. At the start of your game, draw 2 cards. Or enemy minions cost 1 more. This is probably the one to pick. Now we need to decide how can we improve our deck. If we go with pirates, I think that's probably a good thought. Or we could go with coins and draw cards. I'll take the green ones. Let's be greedy. So this one's a new one. Overseer Magor, deal 1 damage to a friendly minion and give it negative attack. Or +2 attack. Interesting. So I'm trying to skim over this article.
Versus.
Like, I don't see how you're really gonna succeed at selling a non-sex game
Escape my fury.
On a site like that. You might get more coverage if you're making something like Honey Pop that kind of has to be censored now, even more than it was when it first came out on Steam. But the markets are completely different. Like, Steam, for better or worse, is the biggest video game marketplace ever. And if I'm not even willing to go to like Origin or Uplay, then what would convince me for any reason to go over to Nutaku? The only thing I guess that you could really hope, or I personally would hope, is that Nutaku eventually succeeds well enough that Steam decides to compete with them or buy them out. And maybe they just buy them out, and that would be nice. Speaking of Steam, I'm not sure this is going to come up in any of the articles, but because of the volatility of Bitcoin,
This guy's
Steam has decided to stop accepting it as a currency because it keeps going up and down, and that's slightly interesting that Steam is accepting Bitcoin in the first place. Here's an article. Outlast 3 will be made at some point. No DLC for Outlast 2, and a VR game could be in the works. We may see a lot of announcements here that were announced at the Game Awards. I'm not particularly gonna recognize that, whether I'm
You want
into
to
it
buy
or not.
Hey, lights out.
See, moving on, Romancing Saga 2 comes to PC and consoles next week. Classic RPG gets a remaster for the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. I have no idea what Romancing Saga is. S-A, capital G-A. Well, capital S, lowercase a, capital G, capital A is how Saga is spelled. Let's see. Now, Battle Cries cost double, or during your turn your hero is immune. That would be slightly interesting. Drawing more cards. Trying to mill the opponent and drawing a bunch of cards is not really useful. I'm gonna go to Paris this time. We're gonna get another treasure.
I'm the bestest tunnel digger. A dig is euphemism.
See, I assume that you only get one treasure after the first battle. I assume that's the case, and it's not randomized, but it might be randomized. Well, I'll just have to play it more often to see. Let's see, the remaster itself is post of a mobile version that was released last year. Okay, that explains why I've never heard of this game if it was just a mobile game.
None can
It kind of looks like a
fury.
very old Final Fantasy game. Like Final Fantasy 1 or 3, maybe. But it definitely looks alright. But I don't think it's that special. The problem with RPGs, of course, is there's just so many so many RPG games out there. Competition is very high. Hearthstone deck tracker, by the way, updated, so it seems like it's not having any real problem doing these dungeon runs, which is nice. So one would hope that these are either being saved as their own file or not saved at all at worst case scenario. I tried to do a dungeon run with the mage, and when you get up to an enemy that has 70 health, it becomes rather difficult to have enough spells to win that way. Probably the most interesting thing I saw as I was watching the Game Awards silently at the end of my stream yesterday was that the creator of A Way Out got on stage and apparently went on in a rant about the Oscars loot boxes and his publisher EA. And this was the guy that was gesturing with his hands a lot and flipped off the screen, and I'm like, and Jeff Keighley was on the left, I think, and I think it was Jeff Keighley, and he just wanted him off the stage clearly, and really crazy, really crazy. The funny thing I later found out is Jeff Keighley has said multiple times he wants the Game Awards to be the Oscars of video games, so the guy to the left of him is saying the exact opposite of what he wants. So let's go ahead and kill this guy for protection. Do this. Seriously, all of these award shows need to be not serve alcohol and test to see if people are drunk upon entering. There's a significant lack of professionalism, though, I would say, at the Game Awards. A large amount of
this guy's toast.
Lack of professionalism, and it just didn't seem very respectable. Like, there's a reason why in the United States people, presidents, politicians wear suits. It's not because they actually are respectable, it's because that's just what is expected of them, and it's the pomp and circumstances that people want to see subconsciously. 5-1! You've gotta kind of play into that. Don't show up at the game show high or drunk. Wear a suit, look good, have your speech written, and just put on a show. At the end of the day, the Game Awards is an advertisement for the game industry. You are not depicting the game industry very well. And sure, I know video games for many instances, many years, it's been against society and the rebel mentality, but that doesn't work there. Not anymore. So I can pick one card as a treasure. So I can get the Loyal Sidekick. Taunt has +1/+1 for each boss you've defeated this run, so this would be a 5/5 for 1 mana. Take control of an enemy minion, add it to your dungeon deck permanently for the remaining 5 runs. Choose a minion, minions in your hand become copies of it. If I could get both of these cards, that would be amazing. I'll take that instead. Now, do I want to go with the Jade Lotus? Or do I want to go with the Pirate some more? Or do I want to go with Thieves? I'm gonna keep going with Pirates. And we move on. Let's see. This one crafts a custom mushroom potion. Like, I still haven't listened to the full rant that he made. I don't think I ever will. It's not really worth my time. Nor is it really worth my time to try and go find the footage of the video game show and watch it. So I think I'm happy enough to leave it at what I saw. If news, my news sources that I watch on Twitter don't feel like there was anything worth reporting about, then for a reason I can't really explain, trust them well enough to do that. I guess in general, my news sources are so willing to put out articles that if they can't make a story from what happened in people, there's literally nothing to say. Because I see plenty of articles that are not news.
Too bad.
I don't have to go digging for extra not news. Also, I guess I suppose I just have to admit to myself that I'm not capable of being an investigative reporter in
Are we really going to do this?
Justice is mine.
In the video game industry, because I just don't have enough connections or sources. Or resources. Or skill. Moving on, a new Digimon story game is in development, separate from the Digimon story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Seems like Digimon is very keen to come back into the picture.
Justice is mine.
Whatever you say, I'm too upset with that idea. More Digimon? Fine. We have enough room for Digimon and Pokemon and Yokai Watch, I think, in the industry. Barely enough room, but enough. Let's see. If I do this, then do
this guy's toast.
Whatever you say, boss.
Justice is mine.
This is a crazy story. The latest update to the game Dauntless has removed single player completely, but it will return.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Let's see. The Dauntless Massive Sharpen Your Skills update is out today, but its promising additions have also brought a curious subtraction. The option to hunt behemoths alone has been removed, presumably in favor of new multiplayer region hunts. I mean, wow, that is pretty offensive, I would say. Let's see, can I win? Yes, I can.
Whatever you say, boss.
Hey, lights out.
And this guy got pumped up as soon as this one died. Interesting. This is a trend that better not happen, or it would certainly destroy my love of the video game industry if other games start taking out single player. Even if it was primarily an MMO game to begin with, I want single player. I need single player. If single player goes away, I am out. And that is probably a bit of an extreme statement, but not by much. So do I want Death Rattle characters when I don't particularly have a ton of Death Rattle? Or do I want coins? Or do I want Death Rattle and Combo? I'm gonna go with Death Dealers this time. Now Russell the Bard is gonna sing to us during the whole thing. Let's see. I'm trying to watch a trailer here. Apparently Dauntless is at 0.3.0 according to this video, so it's not a finished game.
None can escape my fury.
It seems like it's in beta, so maybe this is a strange way to force more people to play on the multiplayer servers. It doesn't look terrible on the trailer or anything, and it looks like it's kind of a English attempt at copying Monster Hunter. But what terrible management. Like, you can never take away what you've already given in any situation. It just does not go well. Valve has quietly launched the Steam's anti-key scamming Curator Connect feature. The new features will significantly expand the Curator program. So this, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, is the ability for people to, developers particularly, to give codes directly to people, or at least curators, give games to them without having to, you know, have a Steam key and email that Steam key. It also allows them to have better control to make sure that that one Steam key doesn't end up just getting put in or used in a way that wasn't intended to be used. This ability is to gain control of an enemy with two or less attacks, so I can't play anything with 2 or less attacks, which isn't a difficult problem.
We're gonna do this.
We've gotten up to a level 40 health minion. Let's see. Destroy a friendly minion. Summon 2 copies of it. When this one dies. So attack here.
Up the best. You're on a great quest.
Justice is mine.
Tonight, a tale of true terror.
Give me a quest.
Yeah, PC Gamers admitting that Kotaku UK is their sister site. I didn't think they came out and said things like that in this article.
To find the mighty Mother Lord.
I need to focus on playing the game a little bit too. Attack.
Justice is
I
mine.
guess I could have killed this one. The thing though is it's only to Steam curators, it seems, right now. They need to expand the ability for publishers to give games to everybody. That makes a lot more sense. Let's do this.
Justice is mine.
In the
Give me a quest.
Yeah, so a small improvement, but I feel like it needs to be improved some more so that everybody can use it instead of just the small number of people. So if I do this secret, this new secret reveal I think is kind of cool. So I can't do anything more, so we can do this instead.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Which
Give me
means
a
this guy
quest.
will no longer summon 2 copies of that minion, I assume.
Get over here.
There's a new 2D platform shooter Metroidvania game called Iconoclast, which I'm a little surprised that there's not a game called Iconoclast already.
X marks the spot.
But apparently there isn't.
Justice is mine.
It has a very nicely animated cutscenes that I hope are in the game, or play at least a significant part in the game. But the main game is very much not what this cutscene looks like. This seems to be a collection of 80s anime characters, if I was to guess. So I get another treasure after 5, so I can make the enemies' minions cost 1 more again and double their cost. I could make my spells cost 1 less, which would be kind of useless, or spell damage plus 3. So for the rogue, this is clearly the right move. Now we've got 2 of those, and we can pick this one, or we could pick some more draw cards, or we could go with Cthulhu. And we're kind of a little late to go with Cthulhu, but actually it's probably the best move right now, since the game will take longer. Now we'll start taking these bosses with 50 health, and without that doubling the health effect, it is going to be more of a struggle than an average battle to do that much damage.
My ass.
Let's see, when is the release date?
Lava-filled chamber.
Came to Steam greenlight in July 2015, and it will have a release date of January 23rd, 2018. So it's been in development for quite a long time. Let's take those. The game that I've been following for a while, because it is the guy that made Regency Solitaire, and he's been working on it and tweeting about it. It's finally out, so Shadowhand, well, I think it's out.
We're totally doing this in Gold Club.
Let's see, this guy's passive ability is after a minion is played, deal 2 damage to it. That's not too bad. And it's being recommended by Eurogamer as a blending solitaire with roleplay, combat, and a racy Buccaneer plot. Shadowhand is a delight and a true British eccentric game. Interesting. So, good for them.
I'll get this one.
That was stupid. Okay, so I can't play anything with 2 health. Unless I just want to draw a card. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. So yeah. At some point around, I will want to play Shadowhand. I don't have any real special reason to want to play it right now, but...
Are you my master?
Let's see. A new From Software game was teased at the Game Awards in 2016. It's called, what was the name of it? This was the video that it really just shows like a bone slash machine, gross, bloody thing, and it says shadows die twice, and that's kind of all it says.
Justice is mine.
See, this guy can't even play anything up to his 5th turn. Yeah, there's really nothing there. Let's see, play this one. Or can I play anything?
Justice is mine.
Somebody's got a video I clicked on. This is just a combination of all the other videos. Let's see.
Justice is mine.
Zelda Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad expansion launches today. It seems like from the trailer what happens is you find a musical instrument and you bring back the champions and they go on a different experience.
Justice is mine.
I've got way too many cards. So it's almost like he's getting an Ocarina of Time type element. But the musical instrument he plays, or it plays itself, explodes, and that's just that. Let's see.
X marks the
This.
spot.
And then I'm gonna destroy this. And then I'm gonna
Justice
attack
is
here.
mine.
And I've got... And see, you can't get the character. At least so far I haven't been able to see if you could get the character that would disable both players' hero abilities. So, yeah. I don't know what you do there. Do we kill these guys? Or do we play?
Justice is mine.
I think we do this. And then we do this. And get some more cards. That, at the very least, will cost him more. So yeah, if you're big into Zelda, I was a little surprised that Zelda seemed, I think, won the best game of the year or best game design for the Video Game Awards, when I was pretty sure Mario Odyssey would get it. We have to destroy something if we're gonna do that, so play this. This. Do this.
Justice is mine.
And it's not like there's any cards that are getting beat because the creators of Job Simulator are making a game called Vacation Simulator. The concept of Job Simulator, in case people is the idea of guess I have to do this, don't I? Go Cthulhu.
My dream
Save the day.
ends. Your nightmare begins.
Justice is mine.
I've got to kill this guy or I'm gonna lose.
Justice is mine.
So yeah, Vacation Simulator, I'm sure will be as fun as Job Simulator was, which is to say, probably not that fun. But fun
It's too
enough.
bad for you. When adventurer dies, Cobalt King is getting all the loot. Send more adventurers. More loot for me. More loot, more loot, more loot.
So the one thing to remember here is I got 5 victories, and yet that didn't count towards winning 10 gold for every 3 victories. So spending your time on the solo expansion at the very least of it is not a big deal, not a great deal. And also I'm not 100% sure that defeating 3 more dungeon bosses will finish this daily quest, let alone the other victories we need. Come to think of it, I probably should play something that's not Rogue or Warrior next time. It's been kind of slow and laid back. It is a Friday, but we've gone 45 minutes, so I'm going to break this up. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.